Jefferson County Court Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session with the motion to revoke probation docket. First case is cause number M329672. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Krishanda Dixon. Ms. Dixon, is that your full name? How you doing, Ms. Dixon? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Dixon, you're representing your case by your attorney Theodore Jones Jr. Attorney Jones, how are you doing?
Pretty good, sir.
That's good. Now, the state, again, is represented in this case by Attorney Ray Shearer. Mr. Shearer, how are you doing?
Doing good, Your Honor.
And the probation office is represented by Mr. Gary Gilliam. Mr. Gilliam, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Gilliam or Mr. Shearer, what is the state's announcement or position in this case?
Well, it's our understanding there's a felony charge and we want to reset this.
Well, today was felony sitting last.
Yeah, I had a, okay.
We just left felony court. And they're gonna mail me a reset. It's gonna be in an area of 2 months. Okay, because the situation I'm facing with is that I've been in communication with the district attorney over there. It's not a problem. But when I open up Odyssey for discovery, it's some kind of not PDF file, but some kind of TIF file.
Right.
And I gotta buy some kind of program to open that
Oh,
up.
okay.
And then on this MTRP, I have not been able to get anything. I don't know what's going on with that. Now, it's not Mr. Gillen's fault, because when I called over there, for whatever reason, I guess it was doing transfer processes, they didn't know who the probation officers were. And so I couldn't ask, I could ask for it, but some kind of way the systems were messed up. And I can go on the Odyssey right now, put a name in, put a case number in there, and I can't get any information.
Yeah.
So I would know how. I couldn't even certify discovery, say I looked at discovery, because it's just been unable to do that. So I would ask for the carriage along with the felony, so I can figure something out, at least get something from the client.
Okay. Now, you don't have they haven't given you a felony court date yet, right?
No, well, no, what date did it say?
We got reset for August the 16th.
August the 16th?
Yes.
And so you want us to reset this case?
To that date.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So
State,
by then I should be able to get some kind of information from Mr. Gillum or
Got a child.
whoever's in this position.
Okay.
Kobe, when he gets back. It's not that they haven't been trying to work with me, because I say Kobe email and everything like that. It's just that nothing's opening up.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so this case is going to be reset August 16th of 2023, along with your felony case. And so by that time, hopefully, you'll be able to get the discovery that you are entitled to get. And
I was gonna say, if I buy the software and doesn't work, I'm gonna go sit up in the DA's office and then print something out.
okay. Okay, so we'll reset this with your felony case.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Do you need to have them to have a seat for them to come up? Okay, you can go get it right now.
Not trying to be friendly, but it was a good thing that Junior daughter had did at the fellowship.
Oh, well, you're welcome. Okay,
Said August 16th.
yeah. Okay, is
Thank you,
that's the, you don't have no other cases?
I don't believe it's.
Okay, so you're free to go ahead. You have a blessed day once you get your reset.
No, I just.
Okay.
You know, they say to whom much is given, much is required. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay, who do we have next? You have, I need it. Mr. Porter. session in cause number M 326-354. Case is style of State of Texas versus Samantha Nicole Jones. Ms. Jones is appearing via telephone. Ms. Jones, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ms. Jones?
I'm all right.
That's good. Ms. Jones, you're representing your case by your attorney, Ryan Matuska. Attorney Matuska, how are you doing? Good morning. Now, Mr. Matuska, what is your announcement in Ms. Jones' case?
Judge, I have all, Your Honor, I have all Ms. Jones's evidence. I've got her videos. I'm ready for whatever she wants to do, but I need to talk to her and if she wants to see any of this stuff.
Okay, so you need to we're gonna give you some time to set an appointment so you can meet with your client. Give us a reset date. Okay, this case is set for September 6th of 2023. Ms. Jones, you need to stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Your case is reset to September 6th, 2023. Your attorney and your bondsman will send you a notice of your reset. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. You have a good, sorry, Judge Holmes. You have a good day too, sir.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Matuska, you're free to go as well. You can get your reset. Have a blessed
Thank
day.
you, Mr.
Let me see if we can hear the thing. Mr. Buzzinger? Buzzinger? Mr. Buzzinger, Zoom user, can you hear me? Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number M333474. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Michael Glenn Sinclair Jr. Mr. Sinclair, is that your full name? That's your full name? Mr. Sinclair, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Sinclair, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Sinclair, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Sinclair? That's good. Now, Mr. Sinclair, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Scott Rennick. Attorney Rennick, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. Thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Mr. Rennick, do you waive a record in Mr. Sinclair's case?
We do, Your Honor.
Mr. Sinclair, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that on or about September 27 of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault family violence. Mr. Sinclair, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Sinclair, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Sinclair, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit. Now I have it in here. Hold on a minute. On the paper, they didn't have the office. Okay. Now, Mr. Sinclair, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. Now, you'll notice there's some words that I wrote on here. The words are assault family violence, and the date of the offense was September 27 of 2022, and I put my initials TLH on it. Now, do you recognize this document? You need it. You get it.
Oh, yeah.
You recognize it?
Yes. No, I see.
Okay. Now, on page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, MS, that are on the line next to a box that's checked NOLA contingent, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, on the next document that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box says check states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box says check states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Sinclair, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? And Mr. Sinclair, are you a citizen of the United States? State. I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and State's Exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit. State, would you like to offer, and now state's exhibit number 2 is in the court's file. State, would you like to offer state's exhibit number 1 and the state's exhibit number 2?
Yes, Your Honor, we would.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection. State's exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Rennick, you've advised and counseled Mr. Sinclair. Is there, well, this is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Sinclair, your attorney, Mr. Rennick, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Mr. Sinclair, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is for Mr. Sinclair to receive 12 months of deferred probation, pay a $500 fine, and do 80 hours of community service.
Mrs. Sinclair, the state is offering that you serve 12 months deferred adjudicated probation. During this 12-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $337. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, or your analysis fee of $15 each month. Isn't there a family violence fee? $100. Okay. Let me do that. Hold on a minute. There, so. Okay, 168. Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Sinclair, let me repeat this. The state is offering that you serve 1 year or 12 months of deferred adjudicated probation. During the 12-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $337. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, a reimbursement fee of $15, and you will be required to pay $100 to a family service or I think it's a family service center. Family Violence Center. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $168 a month. Will you be able to pay the $168 each month?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, you will also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, and you'll be required to adhere to the other standard terms of your deferred probation. Now, Mr. Sinclair, do you understand the state's offer? And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Sinclair, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you've entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Sinclair, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Now, your attorney has a form that I just set on the bench. That form is titled Model Written Ammunition or Ineligibility to Possess a Firearm or Ammunition. I'm going to go over this form with you. And it states that In accordance with the Texas Administrative Code, section 176.1, the court hereby admonishes you of the following. Number one, you are by entry of order or judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have any questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code, section 46.013A, firearms mean any device made or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or two, a replica or of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends that you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code, Section 46.02, unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code, Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code, Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code, Section 85.026, warning on protective order. Now, the written admonition that has been given to you, that's for your records. This will conclude your case. You're going to stand in front of our court clerk. She will give you some instructions. Once you finish following her instructions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Please stand right here. Okay. And-
Judge, they corrected that motion for both orders.
Okay, good. Okay.
Judge, quick question. The two other gentlemen that I mentioned had felonies.
Can I get your right thumb for it 3 times?
Want me to bring them over still after we get done?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in that area.
Is this Mr. Ramos?
No, sir. I just have a reason.
Okay, what case is that?
Michael DePew.
If you will have it ready, if you're working, I'll call you up.
Do you need me to bring them up?
No, sir. I'm just, if you can have a seat on.
We just finished up the felony court, so we,
The Pew.
would
Oh, you said page 8? Okay.
you like me to come up? Judge?
Yes. Where's Mr. DePew? And what's your name?
Christopher Turner.
Christopher Turner.
Yes, sir. It may have Michael Turner in the system, Judge. That's my father. He's also in our office. I don't want to change that because the discovery has been a nightmare. So I don't want to.
I don't have nobody in the system.
Yeah.
Do we have
I noticed that.
go to pull up Michael DePew's case? He said he's represented by Michael Turner.
Well, yeah, that's probably who's listed. I'm actually Christopher Turner.
Right.
They probably put him in the system.
Um,
He was at least on a felony case listed.
yeah, I don't. We gotta see if we have a letter of representation from him.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting the notices from you, Judge, so I think we filed a motion for a substitute on.
Oh, yeah, I signed. I'm looking at what we have signed. Proof.
That was in February.
Okay. Okay, so Michael Turner is the sub, so we need to put him in the system. They didn't have nobody on the,
Yeah,
that he was
the last
representing.
4 days, Judge, I drove over here and you guys had moved the documents.
Oh, yeah.
From Baytown. So that was a nice little drive.
What was that?
Yeah.
Uh,
January?
I think when you someone it was, yeah.
Yeah, I was, that's when I was sick.
It's okay, Judge.
Yeah.
It happened.
Okay, okay, now this is cause number M333-894, case of style of the state of Texas versus Michael Shane Depew. Shane Depew. How you doing, Mr. Depew?
Will, yes, sir.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Depew, you're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Michael Turner. However, standing in for Attorney Michael Turner is Attorney Christopher Turner.
Correct.
Does he have your permission to stand in for your attorney of record, Michael Turner?
Yes, sir, he does.
Okay. Now, and Mr. Michael Turner, how are you doing? I mean, Christopher Turner.
That's my middle name,
Yeah.
Judge. It all works.
Yeah. Christopher Turner. So how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Mr. Turner, what is your announcement in Mr. Depue's case? Now, you say he has a felony, correct?
Correct. Good.
Do you have a felony court date?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want us to set it on the same date,
Correct, Judge. It's reset
Okay.
until August the 16th.
August 16th? Okay. Now, Mr. Depue,
Yes, sir.
your misdemeanor case is going to be reset on the same date with your felony case. And so what we normally do is have you to come here, check in first, and then go take care of your felony. And then once your felony is taken care of, you come back here.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, so our court coordinator is going to give you a reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Turner, you'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day. You can stand over and get a reset. You're welcome. Did we, Mr.
No, I didn't take in, we're still.
We might as well just have to you know what I can do? Let me do this here. No, I can't get him. I'm a, Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in cause number M331316. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Desmond Deshaun Coleman. Mr. Coleman, is that your full name? Mr. Coleman, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Coleman, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Coleman, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Coleman? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Coleman, you're represented in your case by your attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing? Mr. Adams, do you waive a record in Mr. Coleman's case?
Yes.
Mr. Coleman, I have before me an information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Desmond Deshaun Coleman, on or about August 22nd of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class B misdemeanor offense, possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2A. Mr. Coleman, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Coleman, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
Now, you pleaded no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
It's the B.
Awesome.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Coleman, I also have before me a document. Let me do this. Hold on a minute. Okay, everyone on Zoom, please put your mics on mute. All right, thank you. Okay, now, Mr. Coleman, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, this document was checked that this offense is a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment for a Class B misdemeanor is confinement in jail for a term not to exceed 180 days, a fine not to exceed $2,000, or it could be given both such fine and confinement. Do you understand the range of punishment for a Class B misdemeanor?
Yes, sir.
Now, on page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on the line next to the box that's checked no contingent. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir. That's my signature.
And no contingent means no contest.
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, this is your signature.
Yes, sir.
There are a set of initials or your signature on the line that is titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes.
On the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
The next document that I have is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Coleman, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Coleman, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me states exhibits number 1 and number 2. State, you like to offer states exhibits 1 and 2?
State what, Your Honor.
Any objections, Mr. Adams? No objections. States exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Adams, you advised and counsel Mr. Coleman, is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No.
And Mr. Coleman, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Coleman, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
And what is that agreement?
The agreement is for Mr. Coleman to serve 45 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, that time will be probated over 1 year. He'll pay a $250 fine, do 40 hours of community service, and go to a drug education class.
Okay, let me do this in plus. Okay, the person that's on Zoom that has Roberts, 813, please put your mic on mute. Thank you. Are you appointed in this?
Yeah, I'm appointed.
Okay. Mr. Coleman, the state is offering that you serve 45 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you're not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $250 plus court costs of $337. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installments, that is, the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation is $150, $159 a month. Will you be able to pay the $159 each month?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Coleman, you'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service, attend and complete the drug education class, and you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms of your probation. Mr. Coleman, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Coleman, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Coleman, you're going to stand on the X next to your term and follow the directions of our clerk. And once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Adams, you'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day. Okay, we're back on the record in cause number M331316. Now, Mr. Coleman, initially the court said that I thought it was 136. It was 159, but hold on a minute. Yeah, your probation fee is going to be $137 a month. Okay, and so it's been reduced down by $22. No, yeah, about 22 because Mr. Adams was retained. He wasn't appointed. Okay, all right. You can get your. Yeah, just have a seat, and when you finish at the clerk's window, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Yes, Roberto's. You didn't? Okay, let me find out. Okay, Attorney Torres, what case are you on?
Yes, Judge, I'm here for my partner Ricardo Ramos on Roberto Alfaro.
Okay,
And just to inform the court, Judge, Mr. Alfaro's having some connection issues. He's having a hard time hearing the Zoom, but he is present.
yeah, I see him on Zoom right now. I think at one time his mic was on. He could take his mic off of mute if he can hear me. Mr.
Yeah, he can, Judge.
Okay, tell him, okay, he could take his mic off of mute. Now, this is cause number M3208880, case is style of State of Texas versus Roberto Abraham Alfaro. Mr. Alfaro is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Alfaro, how are you doing?
Good, sir. Good, sir. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Alfaro, your attorney of record is Attorney Ricardo Ramos. Attorney Ramos is not present. However, standing in for Attorney Ramos is Attorney Efren Torres. Does Mr. Torres, Attorney Torres, have your permission to stand
Yes, sir.
in? Okay. Now, Mr. or Attorney Torres, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. Let me just apologize for being late. There was a miscalculation on my part. I put this down for Friday. Ms. Redmond informed me it was today, so we apologize for being late.
Okay, all right. Now, your apologies are accepted. Now, Mr. Torres, Mr. Alfaro's case is on the court's motion to revoke probation docket. And we have in our court, we have the prosecutor, Mr. Shearer, and we have the probation officer, Mr. Gary Gilliam. And Mr. Shearer, what is the state's position?
The state has talked with the probation officer, and we're very concerned over the conditions here because Mr. Has not paid anything in 4 years.
Mr. Alfaro?
Alfaro, yes, has not paid anything in 4 years, and in fact, the state of New York,
So y'all asking for it, so you need to have a hearing?
yes.
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, if I may, I know this may not be the prosecutor that I spoke to the last time, but the last prosecutor I spoke to indicated that he put in the notes an agreement and that the next prosecutor would view it. I believe that agreement pertained to significant time how far was incarcerated. I'm not sure if this ADA can confirm whether that is in the system's notes or not.
Okay, Mr. Torres, you broke up? You was breaking up while you were speaking. Could you repeat that?
Yes, Judge. All I was asking is the previous prosecutor that I spoke to in regards to Mr. Alfaro's case, it appeared to me that there was already something input in the system as to what we had agreed to. And so I'm not sure if this ADA has looked at that or not, but I believe there was an agreement between me and the state previously before this hearing.
Okay,
Yeah, let's reset this for 1 week so that we can confirm.
okay. Now, Mr. Torres, the prosecutor that's here today is standing in for the prosecutor who's in this, who's sick this week. And
Okay.
so he has,
Yes, Judge?
okay, he's asking that this case be reset for 1 week so that he can look into that. And
Okay.
they're asking that Mr. Alfaro appear in person.
Judge, if I can confer with them next week, do you want us to appear in person next week? I know that myself and my partner, what day would that potentially be, Judge?
It'll be on a Wednesday. Like the
Yes,
20,
Judge. Would it be okay to potentially do that maybe at a later time, maybe in the month of July, maybe like the 12th? It's just we have trial settings in San Antonio, but the 12th would look open to me, and we can make the drive out there to Beaumont, Judge.
well, you got it. Hold on a minute. Stage is checking that calendar. That's fine. Okay, so that's gonna be July. Is that July 4th?
I believe so, Judge. If that's okay with the court.
Yeah, hold on. The court coordinator is checking our calendar.
I can also do the 19th, Judge.
Which one you want? This is 12th or the 19th? Which one? Mr. Torres, which date is best for you? 12th or the 19th?
19th.
Okay, so this case is gonna reset to July 19th of 2023. Mr. Alfaro, you need to be in person. Your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset date. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You are free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Attorney Torres, you are free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
you'll be sent to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, Mr. Johnson, okay, this is cause number M 332-506, case of style, the state of Texas versus Christopher Lynn Johnson. Mr. Johnson, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. And Mr. Johnson, you are represented in your case by your attorney Dustin Galmore. Again, Attorney Galmore, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. How are you doing?
And Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement?
It's felony. We'd like to ride this case with a felony, Judge.
Okay, we're gonna reset it with the felony. Just have a seat. Our court coordinator is gonna give you your reset. Just have a seat. We're resetting it with his felony. Y'all have a date yet?
It's in, I think it may be in the computer, but I don't have it on me. You got it.
Oh, he got it. Okay. What's the date?
7/26. Not 15.
You say 7/26?
Yes. This is Christopher Johnson.
Yeah, he's on the bottom of page 3. We're gonna go. Yeah. Next case is cause number M 333-440. Case is style of state of Texas versus Max on Linthicum. Mr. Linthicum, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Mr. Linthicum, you're also represented in this case by your attorney, Dustin Galmore. Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Linthicum's case?
Same announcement, Judge. Felony was reset until August 16
Okay,
at 9:15.
and you want to reset on the same date. So, Mr. Linthicum, your misdemeanor case is going to be reset on the same date as your felony case. Your attorney is going to give you, your attorney will be given, your attorney, your bonds will be given notice of your reset date. Stay in contact with your attorney, your bonds, when you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Should be all I have, Judge.
All right, and you're free to go as well, Mr. Galmore, and you have a blessed day. Did Mr.
disposition of the.
Okay,
And, the restitution in this case. was
okay. So this is cause number M330722. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Olympia Lamel. And Miss Lamel, how are you doing?
I'm fine with that.
That's good. I'm doing fine. And Miss Lamel, you're representing your case by your attorney, Giles Cole.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Cole?
Doing a great job.
And Mr. Cole, you informed the court that,
Misdemeanor case has been dismissed.
okay, and it's being disposed of through her felony case.
That's right.
Okay, so, Ms. Lamel, I'll be signing your dismissal in a few minutes. Once I sign it, you can get a copy of it. And once you get a copy, you'll be free to go on your other class day. All right, you can have a seat.